everyone, and welcome to another episode of We Talk. Yay! Tonight we have an exciting topic ready, but before I announce the topic, I'm going to turn it over to our amazing guests to quickly introduce themselves. So, just looking at my screen here, I'm going to start in the top left. So, Jean-Mo, présente-toi s'il te plaît.
Salut, donc moi c'est Jean-Moïse Caboret, so my name is Jean-Moïse Caboret, and I just recently moved back to New York because I was living in New Mexico, so don't mind the back because I'm still like putting everything back together, so that's about it.
Okay. Thank you so much. Miriam.
Hi, my name is Miriam Sané, and I'm happy to join this Zoom conversation. I can't wait to get started.
Yay, welcome. Landry.
Hi, my name is Landry. I live in Brooklyn, New York, and I'm really excited about today.
Thanks for joining us. Let's see, Natasha.
Hi everyone, my name is Natasha Somé. I'm from Genève, Switzerland, and I'm so excited to be with you tonight.
Welcome, bienvenue. Monsieur Descartel.
Hi everybody, moi c'est Cheikh Omar Descartel, and I'm happy to be here tonight. Let's see where we're going.
We're excited to have you. Then we have Khadija.
Hi guys, my name is Khadija. I'm from New York City and I'm so happy to be here.
Thanks for joining us. And lastly, we have Aminata.
Hi, my name is Aminata and I live in New York City.
Awesome, welcome everyone. So the topic for tonight's discussion is, my partner isn't posting me on social media. Should I be worried? Dun, dun, dun. All right, who wants to kick us off?
Je peux commencer?
Oui, vas-y.
Je pense qu'on a tous été dans cette phase-là, surtout qu'on a eu les réseaux sociaux en étant jeune. Donc c'est vrai que quand tu commences un couple, tu es dans une relation, on a tendance à vouloir digitaliser toute notre vie. Il se passe quelque chose, tu vas vouloir poster, il y a une dispute, on va aussi savoir parce que tu vas poster que tu es énervé, etc. Mais plus tu grandis, plus tu te rends compte que tu n'as pas besoin de tout exposer. Et plus, personnellement, il y a des choses que j'ai envie de garder privées, il y a des choses que j'ai envie de garder pour moi, il y a des moments que j'ai envie de... Que ça soit juste entre la personne et moi. On n'a pas besoin que le monde entier sache même que vous vous aimez ou autre. Ça devient vraiment entre lui et moi, et le reste, peu importe. Si tu as envie de partager, tu peux. Mais tu n'es pas obligé de te forcer, tu n'as pas de compte à rendre aux gens, tu n'as rien à rendre, quoi.
Oui.
Donc, je pense qu'il faut juste vraiment être égoïste sur ce coup-là et penser rien qu'à soi et à ce qui te fait plaisir au final.
Mm-hmm. Oui, merci, Natasha. What do you guys, Landry, I'm going to pass it to you. What do you think?
I agree. I think it's first of all, it's nobody's business to know what each person is doing with their relationships or not. So it's more of a thing if it's bothering one of your partner. I think it's a conversation that's worth having for sure, but I don't think that it's a must that you have to post your partner on social media or whatever.
Mm-hmm. But I guess just rephrasing the question here. So the partner, I guess, expects you, because like Natasha said, we're in a world where social media, everyone expects you to post everything, whatever you have for breakfast, every little thing you're doing, everyone expects you to post on your story or whatever. And your partner seeing you post all these aspects of your life and you not posting them, they're feeling some type of way. How do you address that?
So I personally can't really relate with that because like I have a partner, we've been dating for 3 years. I've never posted them on social media, but we've definitely had the conversation, but it was never to the point where it bothered them so much. Like, yes, it is kind of like, oh, why? Like, what's wrong with, posting the whatever, how committed you are with the relationship or whatever, but it's also knowing that you can trust the person and trusting that, they're, for whatever reason, there could be many different reasons why someone decides not to. So whatever reason the person has, it's just all about being able to understand, see where they're coming from, and remember that the relationship is only between two people at the end of the day,
Yeah, that makes sense. Mariam, I think you went off mute. You wanted to say something, right?
I'm thinking I'm on the opposite side when it comes to this. I think it depends on the person's previous relationship. If you were in a relationship prior to me where you posted your significant other on social media all the time, you always showed them off, and then when you're in a relationship with me, you stop doing that, I would feel some type of way. And it would just make me feel like, are you embarrassed of me, or are you hiding this relationship because you want other people to think that you're single? I mean, you don't necessarily have to post me, but I would want people to know that you're in a relationship. But if you were in a relationship with your ex and you were posting her all the time and you don't post me at all, I'm going to feel some type of way about that. Definitely.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
What do the rest of the guests think? What do you guys think? And you guys feel free to come off mute and respond directly to the person speaking.
Okay, I want to go.
Mm-hmm.
So my point is almost similar to Miriam, but I don't think more so about how you were acting in a previous relationship. I feel like if you don't post me, not post me, okay, that's fine. But I feel like people should understand that you're in a relationship. That means you respect something that we have, because there's a lot of people that don't post their significant others, but you can tell that they are in a relationship and there's some type of boundary that is understand, and you're at least respecting them in that kind of way. Because some people don't want their business out there. Like, they don't want every aspect of their dating life or their partner's life out there to be scrutinized, because that's what social media and the other platform does. But as long as you're letting people know that you have a girlfriend or somewhere people can tell, because it's even through posts, the way you share or even stuff in your bio can indicate that someone is kind of in a relationship. So that's how I feel about that.
I don't agree with you, actually. I don't feel like people have to know that you're in a relationship. I don't know. I don't feel like it's necessary. It's not because I post certain aspects of my life on social media that they have to know what my status is, if I'm single, if I'm dating, or if, whatever is going on. If I am dating a person, going back to what, Landry and, Natasha said, like, there needs to be trust between us two. And it's a couple, meaning c'est deux personnes. And I don't expect, c'est pas deux personnes plus your followers. So I don't feel like that's c'est pas nécessaire.
Okay. I don't think it's like you have to do it, but I just feel like if people get the feeling, not even a feeling, but like if they understand that your relationship, people won't bug you, because there's some guys that really play single, play like they are not in nothing, and I feel like that's respectful. And if you're entertaining them, but at the end of the day, that's when trust comes along for your partner to be okay and secure with that mindset of you just living like that. But I feel like there are guys that literally will have nothing. Granted, you don't have to tell other people. Granted, whatever conversation you have with your partner is there, but I just feel like if you're, I don't know, okay, great example. Like Valentine's Day, people always love to say, oh, there's a lot of guys that act single, all of a sudden they have girlfriend. I have problem with stuff like that, because it's just like you talk to 1,000 people and no one had an idea that you were single and you probably were cheating. I just feel like if you just give off a vibe or something that you're kind of relationship, that would help. Like me, I really don't like. I agree with Natasha because I don't care. You don't have to post me because I know what we got going on. But I'm just talking about in terms of other guys, because there's guys that really move like single men, and no one have any type of idea, and they're doing God knows what. I feel like that's very disrespectful. But at the end of the day, the relationship is between the two people. So.
Wow. Vous en pensez quoi, the men that we have here?
Après, si je peux rebondir,
Vas-y. Mm-hmm.
C'est vrai que certains gars vont mentir et vont se comporter comme s'ils n'étaient pas en couple, même si tu vas leur demander, mais certaines personnes vont juste éviter la question, en fait. Et c'est leur droit, au final, de pas s'afficher, de pas dire clairement « j'ai une copine ». C'est à toi, si tu es intéressé, d'aller lui demander, et après, s'il te ment ou pas, ça, c'est une autre histoire. Mais c'est vrai que j'étais aussi un peu frustrée par cette Saint-Valentin-là, parce que tu as plein de gens avec qui tu parles. Et au final, c'est ambigu entre vous, donc vous ne vous devez rien. Donc, si un jour il se lève et il poste qu'il a une copine, c'est que déjà l'ambiguïté entre vous était forte. Aucun des deux n'a demandé concrètement ce qui se passait. Et il n'est pas obligé, en fait. Il n'est pas forcé de le faire. Il le fait selon son bon vouloir. C'est ça aussi le truc avec les réseaux sociaux. C'est que tu dois rien à personne, au final.
Thank you so much. Jean-Mo, tu en penses quoi?
Ouais, donc moi personnellement, je pense que tout va chez l'individu en fait. Je sais pas, parce qu'il faut comprendre que chaque relation est différente, est spécifique, tu vois. Ça dépend en fait du copain ou bien de la copine. Moi, personnellement, je suis pas si howdy, je suis pas vraiment chaque fois dehors comme ça, tu vois un peu. J'essaie de sortir de ma zone de confort, mais même quand je suis dehors en train de marcher, sometimes like I don't really want people to know what's behind me, what's with me, and all. So for me, for someone like me, someone who's really, I don't want to say I'm shy, but someone who's not very outgoing.
Mm.
I don't see myself doing that, but I don't. It's not like I mind, I don't mind doing like posting my partner or whatever. But if I find myself in a relationship or so, like definitely because you sure want to give a hint to people like, hey, I'm with someone, so pretty much like don't bother me or whatever. So that makes sense in that case. So it's okay. I feel like it's okay for people when they in a relationship to once in a while, post your partner or whatever, but you don't necessarily have to do it if it's not your personality, if it's not the type of person you are. So don't force yourself or don't start thinking that, hey, my partner is probably trying to, cheat on me. That's why the person is not showing me off or something like that. But I do understand the feeling. So if you're dating someone and that person is not always like, trying to show you off, sometimes as a human being, I feel like it's a natural feeling. You might feel like you're not appreciated also, especially if that person is doing this, doing like, trying to show you off or whatever, put you on social media. So it really comes back to the individual because you have to consider all of that, when you're dating someone, people need to have this discussion and understand the personality of the other person because that person shouldn't really change because of, for you, like, because you met that person the way that person was. So you have to pretty much respect that the space, I don't want to say the space, but the fact that the person is probably not trying to be out there and publicize the relationship, you have to be able to respect that because you met that person a certain way. So don't force or don't try to force that person to change because if that person changed, like the relationship itself is gonna change because that person is doing something different and what it really is. So that's pretty much my opinion on that.
Okay,
but it's okay to do it though. I'm not saying it, but it helps just like because with what Amina and Mariam said, it gives a hint to people on the other side to like watch out for what they're doing because if I'm in a relationship, I probably wouldn't want people to talk to my girlfriend or whatever. Like it's not as respectful. Like, but it's a situation. But yeah.
But okay, I'm gonna pass it off to Khadija. But when has someone having a partner or being in a relationship ever stopped some people from reaching out to them? That's all I'm saying. So by them knowing that you're in a relationship, some people still slide in your DMs. But Khadija, what do you think?
I think yes, like that is a valid point that sometimes that doesn't stop people from sliding in. Right. But I think also some people do respect that though, and some people will make a move because they're like, oh, I don't know that this person is seeing anyone, like there's nothing on their story or there's nothing on their Instagram. I think the way social media is today, we do use it like heavily to kind of decipher what we can about a person. So we'll go on, we'll know what year they graduated, maybe how old they are, what kind of job they're doing, what kind of food they're like, if they're dating anyone, or at least dating anyone seriously. Because I think that's when most people post their people, like when it's very serious. But at the same time, like there is people that have gotten married and I'm just like, wow, like you were really moving single. Like, I mean, not to say like, and it's kind of just like, I feel like because there are people that move very single, there's this kind of like need to have your partner post you so that people do know and kind of like, because I feel like, I honestly feel like sometimes, not all men, but men that are in serious relationship, I always assume that they're not posting their partner because they don't want to have whoever they're talking to on the side be able to reach out to their partner and be like, hey, yeah, like this nigga, like he's in my DMs. Or like, and some niggas don't even like at their girls, which I think is very sus. Because it's just like, yeah.
Think.
I usually jump to that assumption.
Oh, wow. Also, can you just, for the viewers here, what is moving single? Or what's an example of moving single?
Moving single is hopping into girls' DMs and just being very flirtatious. Or if a girl hop in your DM, I'm like singling out guys here. But obviously girls do it too. But like, for example, if a girl slides into your DM and it's kind of like, you're very like just flirtatious with her or whatever, I think that's moving single. Like, you move in a way where people are like, no way he has a girlfriend, because you wouldn't be talking to me like this.
Okay, thanks for clarifying.
You shouldn't be assuming though, because some guys actually like to just flirt just because they're trying to find the best partner for them, you know?
Wait, Jamo, you're one of those people that said, don't let my girlfriend stop me from finding my wife? Because that's up.
I feel like married men should not be flirting with not a damn person. I don't care.
Well, men don't everybody be married. You know how many niggas have just like recently gotten engaged, and I'm just like, whoa there, like, hold up. So yeah.
Check your.
I mean, I'm here enjoying the conversation, but I personally believe that you have to go with the flow. If you're in a relationship with somebody that would like to be posted, you should do your best.
Can you up the volume? I feel like I can't hear. I don't know if it's just me.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
That's even better, yeah.
All right. So what I was trying to say is you can definitely go with the flow, because me personally, I don't care about it. But if I'm with a, how do you say it again? If my partner is the type of person that would like to be posted every now and then, I would do my best to please her. But at the end of the day, I have to also stay me a little bit, meaning I shouldn't just race around and keep posting her when that's not really me. If I'm trying to keep some stuff private, I should be like, all right, I'm post you today, I'm post you this day. But it shouldn't be like something that you're relying on to qualify the quality of our relationship, because I'm sure in real life we're doing better and even more different things. Because at the end of the day, it's just a digital platform. And if you're relying on that to talk to other people and build a whole relationship with other people while you're in a relationship, I mean, to each his own, but it's kind of risky, because if you're already talking to somebody in front of you and you like being with them, I don't think it's worth it talking to somebody on the whole other side of the world just on the phone and giving that the same value that your relationship have. That's just me. So at the end of the day, if you want to be posted, I'll do my best to post you, make sure that you don't feel any type of way. But I work in the relationship to bring you to my side and understand that it's just digital. Let's focus on real life.
Back off that, I feel like he brings up an important, like something that's very important, which is reassurance. Like, yes, we go into relationships and people are their own persons and whatever, but like, I feel like if your partner is kind of like, you know, having issues with like, you haven't posted me, and I feel like, you know, I feel like it's okay to want to reassure them and post them, even if you're not that type of person, because you know it takes nothing away from you. It's probably something small, and this is something that clearly means something to them, whatever it is.
Mais non, moi personnellement, si like mon partenaire me dit, "Oh, post me because I'm insecure about a relationship,"
Yeah.
I no.
Right.
No.
That's what I was gonna say.
Not that way, but kind of just like, you know, like I feel like it can be a very like respectful conversation, and it's not even like they're demanding of it, but it's kind of just like, you know, this is where I'm coming from, and if you feel like your partner is really in distress or whatever, like they're really placing a very high value on this, and it's bringing tension and is bringing conversations, and that's someone you want to keep in your life. That is someone you're dedicated to. That is someone you're happy. If it takes away from you to post that person, then I would say go ahead. Granted, though, I think like you should be posting people when you're serious. I think there is a thing as too early to be posting people like don't be posting like 3 months date. That's just mine. I feel like you need to post people when you're serious about them in a serious relationship. So in that context.
Yeah.
Mais après, est-ce que véritablement poster quelqu'un, c'est une assurance? On peut te poster aujourd'hui et puis te tromper.
Yep.
Si quelqu'un vient vers toi et te dit j'ai besoin d'assurance, voilà ce que j'ai eu par le passé, je pense qu'il y a d'autres manières de donner cette assurance-là qu'un post. On va pas se mentir, en tant que fille, on a tous eu des gars qui ont posté leurs femmes, leurs enfants, mais ils dormaient quand même dans nos DM. Donc c'est pas vraiment un post qui va changer quelque chose. Je pense que quand la personne demande de l'assurance, c'est que déjà toi-même tu manques de confiance en toi. Donc dis-moi quelles sont tes peurs, tes craintes, et on va voir comment déjà toi et moi on va pouvoir les résoudre avant de commencer à exposer tout ça au monde.
Yeah, I just feel like reassurance doesn't mean that you won't do certain things. It's just kind of like showing in ways you can that the person is going to receive that you love them. So perhaps some people need reassurances to acts of services. What if I'm someone that needs reassurances to compliments? That doesn't mean that you're not capable of cheating on me or whatever. That just means that you're giving me love in a way that I'm able to receive it or I'm able to take it in and be rest assured. So I feel like
C'est quand même délicat parce que tu ne dois pas forcer la personne à continuellement donner de l'amour comme toi, tu souhaiterais le recevoir. Il faut aussi qu'elle puisse exprimer ton amour de la manière qu'elle a envie.
Yeah.
Et dans ce genre de relation de poste-moi, mais affiche-moi, j'ai l'impression que ça va tout le temps que dans un seul sens. Et la personne qui donne, au bout d'un moment, elle est essoufflée, elle est fatiguée de donner.
Yeah. Exactement. Je pense que c'est le point que j'étais en train de ce point-là je parlais, because you shouldn't really you have to look at consider the person's, the personality of your partner. That person shouldn't feel like, oh, I have to do it just so you can feel okay. But what good does it do for us? Because I'm in the relationship too, and it's about two people. It's not just about you, so we have to really sit down and try to work on something and understand. So you have to be able to understand the fact that I don't want to show that, but I do understand it, like I said. So it's pretty much, I feel like it's a tricky situation because on one hand, you definitely want to show that person that, hey, everything is good, I appreciate you and all. But then on the other hand, you look at your personality and it's like, oh, I don't want to put my business out there. So it's really about trying to find this, the fine line and understanding. But I feel like if your partner if you start questioning and feeling anxious about, oh, something might be going on and that person is not showing me off, so there's probably something behind, I don't think that relationship is right for you. You should probably try to, because that's just, one side that I feel like be worked on.
Yeah.
I feel like what it comes down to, it's really how secure the person makes you feel in the relationship, I guess. Because yes, obviously, when you're with someone, you want to make the person happy and make efforts, even if it's not something you want to do, or just something that you want to make so that they feel good. And I think that's what Khadija was trying to say. But at the same time, I think it's also just at the end of the day, just making the person feel secure enough in the conversation so that I guess it doesn't feel like it's needed for you to post them or whatever. But I mean, at the end of the day, it really is your choice if you want to do it or not. But I feel like it's just making sure that the person feels safe enough whether you do it or not,
Mm-hmm. Let's reverse the roles here a little bit. So let's say you have your partner and your partner posts affiche vraiment everything about their life, every single aspect of their life except for you, and they even go as far as even cropping you out in pictures.
Oh wow.
How would you feel? And I'm gonna pass this to Miriam.
Yeah, that would be an issue for me. You're deliberately trying to hide me. What's your problem? You're embarrassed, or why? It just doesn't make sense to me that a person could share their breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but you're refusing to share what's essentially the most important part of your life. It doesn't add up to me. And I know that Natasha said earlier that, when it comes to relationship, at the end of the day, it's two people. So you want to do things that are going to make you comfortable and make the other person comfortable. But I feel like there has to be a compromise, and you have to learn people's love languages. Maybe someone's love languages is through affirmations, or it's through affection and whatnot. Or maybe it's through you posting me on social media. And I don't feel like you posting your significant other on social media is that much of an issue to the point where it should be a huge problem in your relationship. What does it cost to post somebody on social media? I just don't feel like it should be made as an ultimatum, So, but yeah, that would definitely be an issue for me. You're cropping me out of photos as if I don't exist. I wouldn't do that. Mm-mm.
I think personally, to bounce back on what Mariam said, it shouldn't be a big deal, honestly, but to some people, it makes them really anxious. Me personally, the last relationship I was in, we always had that discussion, right? So love languages and everything. You learn how your partner receives love and all, you have that conversation. You ask that person, for example, I'm talking about my case, for example, right? Okay, what do you want me to do? What can I do? What can I do? And I'm trying to figure out, and she is trying to figure out what I'm doing wrong. The only thing I'm not doing right is not showing you off on social media. But yet, I'm out there walking with you, in front of everybody or whatever. Like, what more do you want? If I'm not even posting everything that I do in my life out there, like, why should I go out my way to do that? And that was the one reason, one of the few issues that really like messed up everything because again, it makes sense, the trust issues and all that came into it because of the fact that I refused to post us on social media.
Yeah, I
And
just feel like she should have been willing to compromise. Like, okay, you may not want to post on social media. She wants to be posted. So the compromise could be that you post things so that people know you're in a relationship. Maybe even if they don't know that it's with her, at least they know that you're in a relationship. If she's not willing to take that, at least then I don't know. She's just not the one then.
I mean, yeah, definitely compromising should definitely be in the middle, but some people really have a big, they have a hard time doing that. So
The thing is, I would hope that your relationship is good to the point where you're only worried, like about a social media thing, because there's a whole lot of things to be caring about. So if that's the only problem we have, I'm sure we're good. I'm sure we're good because there's you got to worry about how I'm treating you, how you're treating me, what's your perspective of me, what you see in the future, and all that. So if the only problem is me not posting you, that's an easy problem to be fixed. I just hope you're gonna do the same and not crap me off because that's when the problem is gonna start. Because that's when we're gonna question ourselves. I'm gonna be like, yo,
have the same energy, push it out.
you gotta fight or something because you gotta keep the same energy. Why you not putting me on?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta put me on your life the same way I'm trying to do the same for you. That's what you brought to the table. Now you gotta follow through.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I think because like réseaux sociaux, there's obviously like the influencers and everyone who get paid to show every aspect of their lives, right? But in that example of celebrities posting their partners and all that, if those celebrities break up, do you guys feel as if they owe us an explanation as to why they're not with that person anymore? Because you're like, they're up on your feed all the time, and now they're not. Like, I kind of expect you to let me know what's the tea.
Yes, I'm sorry. I feel like no, it's because I think me and Miriam had a conversation like this a couple of months ago. I feel like if your job is to be an influencer and share your life, like you don't have to show every part of your life, but you showed that part of your life. Like, yes, you don't have to tell us, but I feel like you have to because we got to see every part of your life. It's almost as a TV show. We're locked in as your subscribers and your viewers. I feel like we should. You don't got to tell us the nitty gritty of what happened. We don't need to know the small detail. Let us know how it happened. Like, I don't know, y'all no longer fell in love, something, because I feel like we've been so tuned into your love life that we should know. I know that's not the correct answer, but me being an avid viewer of people, I feel like they should. But realistically, I say no, or you do it on your own time because whatever happened in your life probably was super traumatic. Because I know love is such a big aspect in people's life that it probably breaks people down. They probably go hysterical, break down in tears. You don't know how they are. So I feel like at the moment you probably don't have to tell us because you probably don't want to let your fans or the outside world see you in that kind of state. And it takes months, maybe years to even feel put together again. But I low-key feel like you should tell us because we've been there. We can probably support you, you know?
I understand what she's saying because, like she said, we had a conversation about this not too long ago. It reminded me of one of my favorite YouTube couples, Nikki and Jamie. And when we found out that divorce, I couldn't believe it because the way that they portray their life on social media, you would think that everything is perfect, everything is roses all the time. So once they finally came out that they were separating from each other, we were all dumbfounded, like, damn, what happened? And it's like you're showing all the best parts of your life, but when shit goes bad, you don't want to tell the rest of the world. But I can understand on their part why they don't want to say anything because let's say, one of the reasons they broke up is because somebody was cheating or a person found out that they were gay or whatever. fans are, at the end of the day, whether they're called fans or not, they're gonna go on that person's page and they're gonna probably gonna end up bashing them. And if you have kids with that person, you wouldn't want somebody to go in and bash your ex-husband or bash your ex-wife. So I feel like that's probably the reason why they don't share it. But I still feel like, damn, you kind of owe us that. Like, you don't have to go into details, but you should say something because, like, at the end of the day, we're your supporters. If it wasn't for us, you wouldn't even be where you are. We tune in and we watch your shit. You wouldn't even get paid if it wasn't for us, you know? So I just feel like you owe us that at least a little bit.
That's kind of like, I don't know. I understand what you're saying, but that's probably one of the reasons why social media is probably not the best way to do that, you know, because, okay, it seems good, and then behind the scene, I mean, if shit goes to the left, you know, it's not a good look because you want to make sure, I think that was Sheikh that said that you want to make sure that everything, like your relationship, you want to make sure that everything is really like it's for real, it's authentic. And that way, you know, when you go out there on social media, you know that the outside is not really affecting you guys. So, you know, I personally wouldn't mind. I would probably do that, you know, if I know that I'm in a relationship that I know is really strong, like, you know, there's like strong bonds and everything, for sure. Like, you know, why not? I'll do it. But before, if I'm not sure, I'm not being out there.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I don't think as men we really care about these social influencers' lives online, but I understand from that perspective. But really don't. I've been looking at my girlfriend's phone. She be following these YouTubers and all that. I'm like, what are you doing? Most of these people that I watch on YouTube, they're either fixing the table, fixing your computer, or something. So
Shaq, I'm sorry, je vais te poser là, but that's very stereotypical. But
no, I'm coming though. I'm coming to the other side. Just let me come through. What I'm just trying to say is, personally, me, I know we don't care about it. We really don't, because we'd be surprised when they put their lives online. We're like, shorty, what you doing? This nigga about to break up with you maybe next month. You don't know that. We can see it. Like, we can see it through the other side. We're like, oh, okay, that's what y'all doing. All right, nice to see y'all having a bagel. Long story short, next month they break up, and now she don't want to put it online. And your girlfriend is coming like, you remember this girl? I was watching to it. Like, she ain't doing this no more. She ain't with your boyfriend no more. I'm like, yeah, duh. We saw that coming a long way. But yeah, it's good for attention. It's good for distraction. They should just keep updating. If you start it, finish it.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't been watching them ever since they broke up. Not because they broke up, but just because I don't know. It doesn't feel the same. And don't get me wrong, I don't idolize anyone's relationship. I'm never the type of person to look at someone and be like, yeah, that's relationship goals, because we all know behind closed doors there's a lot of shit that goes on. But I just feel like when it comes to these YouTube couples who go so hard for you to support them and support. But then when shit goes wrong, you're quiet, right? You don't want to say anything. I don't know. I just feel like that's fake to me. Like, if I were on the other side, I would say something.
I don't know. I don't think people owe you that. Like, obviously you want to know because, like, you know, you're invested in it, but like, I don't think the person owes you anything.
How come?
Because it's their life. I don't think you owe what you're doing with your life to other people. So why would you expect that from other people?
It's not necessarily that I expect it, but it's just like, I'm looking at you like you're no longer authentic to me. Like, the fact that you're willing to share every single part of your life. Share just as much as you share the good, you should be willing to share the bad. Like at the end of the day, I feel like we built these people with our views on YouTube. If it wasn't for us, where would they be? At the end of the day, I don't know, but they sure as hell wouldn't be millionaires. So I just felt like, even though, like, I'm not gonna say that you owe me, like you have to tell me, but I just feel like, to me, in my eyes, you're not authentic. Like, you're not being real. You're not being genuine. Like,
I don't know if they're ever authentic, to be honest, because, you know, we're talking about social media, and, like, you know, we're all saying, like, oh, people like post whatever they like choose to put on social media and everything, and maybe it may seem like the person's like posting everything, but I don't think it's ever really the case, you know?
Yeah. And so can I pick Laundry? I don't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
I just feel like also like, y'all are like, you guys are saying like, if you were, like Miriam, you said like, if you were in their shoes, you would do the same thing. Like, so that's kind of like where you're coming from. But like, as you use social media right now, the good stuff do you post? Do you also post those negative things or those bad things? Because right now, technically, maybe they're considered to be on a smaller scale because there's not so many people watching. But I feel like if you're not even willing to do it on a small scale, why would you expect someone? I think it's like just hypocritical, and it's not giving them the right as humans to do what they want, kind of change their mind and not always anything. Like I feel like the way we and the idea of like we built them up, like we're not gods. We didn't like, yes, we watched their show, but we watch it because we like it. It's not really like, I think it's a lot to kind of expect, them, or kind of, not that you think they owe you, but kind of to expect it. I think that's what it is, where it's kind of like, I feel like even then it shouldn't be expected because they are humans,
Right. I definitely understand where you're coming from when I say I see both sides of it. I could understand why they're not saying anything because, like I said earlier, whatever the reason is why they broke up, if the person chooses to speak about it, like people at the end of the day, like social media is ruthless. Somebody could literally start going in on you in your comments, nonstop harassing you. So I could understand why they don't share it, which is why I said, of course you wouldn't have to get into details, and of course, like you said, we're not gods. We didn't make you who you are, but I'm just saying, like, I feel like I'm not the only one who feels this way because, like I said, I no longer watch their videos, but they do pop up on my recommended, and the amount of views that they used to get compared to the views they get now, it's probably people having the same sentiment as me, where it's like, damn, like we've been watching you for like 5 years, and you just went through something so traumatic. Who could possibly help somebody else who's watching you, but you're choosing not to say anything and to still show. I mean, I don't know. To me, it just doesn't come off genuine. And as far as social media and me like sharing things that I barely share things, period. Honestly, I'm the type of person that, if I were to win $1 billion from the lottery today, nobody would even know. Like, besides my mother and my sister, nobody would even know. It's like, I'm like private to that point. But, I don't know. To me, like, I'm not going to say it's an expectation or like you owe me that, but I just feel like, I don't know. It comes off very fake to me. Yeah.
And also, I don't know, but I feel like also with social media, a lot of people could easily feel, I'm just gonna say it, like they can easily feel like shit, when looking at other people on social media posting their partners or whatever. There's a pressure, and I feel like a lot of people don't talk about it, but there's still a pressure that exists, right? Some people might feel like, oh, I'm not doing enough for my girlfriend. So therefore you start thinking in your mind like, oh, I'm not doing enough. I look at this guy, he's on social media, taking his girlfriend to Dubai, doing this, like, proposing on, I don't know, on a yacht or somewhere, So it makes some people might feel down, like, they could feel less than the other person. And then that pressure, because the girlfriend's probably going to look at that and feel like, oh, man, you're not doing enough. Like, you should be doing this, you should be doing that. And then it creates some type of, like, social media really creates a sense of entitlement for a lot of people nowadays.
Yeah.
That's again, one of the problem. And I feel like a lot of people probably look at it and they're like, I'd rather not just like put myself out there because I can avoid a lot of this. So that could be something else.
Yeah. And just to touch also upon the authenticity comment by Landry, like, even if my partner, or I would assume if my partner wants me to post them on my social media, they would probably want me to put a really nice picture of them on there and like a filtered picture. They don't want me to put like an unattractive. So I think that also plays into the superficiality, I think that's a word, of social media, and just the one unrealistic standards, that Jamo spoke about, and also it's a breeding ground for comparison and envy and jealousy and all that. And half the time you're saying someone's goals when you don't even know what's going on in their real life,
Right.
So that's also the dangerous part with that. But I also feel like just to combine the two, like influencers and just like personal social media, it depends what your social media is for. Like if I have a food social media or a food blog or whatever, I don't feel like that's the place to post my partner. You know what I mean? So I think the partner should understand that, looking at what you do or use your social media for, and maybe take that more into perspective when they're either demanding or asking you to post them on your social media.
You'd be
And
surprised.
just,
Be the ones that built up their whole page off of a relationship, and now they don't want to talk about the relationship no more. They want to start talking about bangs and shit. I'm like, all right. Whatever.
Yeah, that's fair. Wait, I'm sorry. Someone else had a comment?
Yeah, I just wanted to piggyback off of what you're saying. It's like, at the end of the day, I think everyone needs to remember that social media is a tool. So you're the one using it. It's not using you. Obviously, it's changed to like a certain point, like people can make money off of it. It's becoming like a job for some people. So like there's also that part, but at the end of the day, it really is a tool. So I guess it's up to you to use it however you want to, and not the other way around. So just like taking off all of these expectations that like people have from it, because at the end of the day, it's social media. It's like what you make out of it,
Yeah. I have another follow-up question. If you end up breaking up with a person, si tu es plus en couple avec cette personne, do you still follow them? Or do you feel like it's imperative to unfollow them?
Tout dépend de la manière dont vous vous êtes laissé. Si vous êtes laissé en bon terme, personnellement, je vois pas de raison. Et surtout si vous êtes amis, je vois pas de raison d'aller l'unfollow comme ça, la bloquer. C'est sûr, s'il y a un côté dramatique, s'il y a une grosse trahison, c'est sûr qu'on a tendance à aller bloquer, supprimer, effacer. Mais cette pensée selon laquelle on n'est plus ensemble, donc on se suit plus, moi je trouve ça dommage. Parce que ça peut se transformer en amitié. Pas toutes, mais ça peut se transformer en amitié et ça sera une amitié beaucoup plus solide que quelqu'un que tu vas juste rencontrer dans la rue comme ça. Donc je trouve dommage de toujours dire efface-le, supprime-le. C'est sûr, peut-être dans les débuts, tu vas peut-être le muter pour pas avoir tout le temps ses posts ou comme ça, mais aller le supprimer, je trouve que c'est excessif. Après, ça dépend de comment ça s'est terminé.
Moi, tout ça, sorry, I cut you off.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I just honestly use it as a tool to just level up, to be better than I was yesterday, because I just want to look at you and be like, oh, it wasn't even all that, you know what I mean? And I'll move on to the next thing, because if you look at your ex on social media, no, personally, that's what I do. Honestly, it works for me, because it makes me think that, like the person I'm going to be with next is going to be better. So I'm going to look at you and be like, okay, that's fine. But,
so you're not blocking?
What happened? I don't block, because I feel like I'm just, like my mind is just on a different level. I don't need to block you for what? Like, it's just a tool. Like, I could run into you in a store or gas station. Did I block you? No. The block is just virtual. Like,
I'm too petty.
Dead, yeah, then that person is blocked, but that person is still alive. So even if that person decides to block me, it's fine. But I mean, if it's just social media, because don't forget, that person could probably get on her friend's social media just to how you call it?
Stalk you.
Yeah, just stalk you. So it's not gonna change. There's so many ways to look at people's lives or whatever. So for me, I don't think it's necessary to block unless, just like Tasha said, unless you guys ended up you ended the relationship in a bad term. If you didn't, there's no need to. I just use it as
listen here.
A way to level up.
Always end up bad. I haven't seen a relationship that ended up good. Why ended up so? Like, if you have a relationship, somebody hated somebody's ass. I'm talking from my experience.
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
From my experience, I remember the last time that I broke up with somebody, I was like, you know what? We can be friends. You deserve better. God damn it. I wish you would burn somewhere and I won't pee on it. That's how I feel. That's my feelings. And I'm sticking to it. But then after the first few months, I was hurt. I left that anger out somewhere. Still, I'm petty. Just the fact that you ain't with me no more, I want to make sure you ain't doing better than me. So I'm gonna be tracking you for a few months. I'm like, what you doing? That's how I'm gonna heal myself. That's how I'm gonna heal myself. So I'm gonna be tracking you like.
That's toxic healing.
Oh, what? She's going to a raggedy ass restaurant? Oh yeah, of course. That's why you ain't doing better than me. Just like
that's not healing. Healing is seeing somebody and saying, "I still wish you the best."
Nah, I'm too bad.
I wish me best.
I really don't.
But seeing somebody and wishing that they're not doing better than you is not healing.
Better than me at all. You just left me. Why I'm gonna wish you the best?
But however you feel is
bitter.
still based on that person, no?
No, he's bitter. He does not want to see the person doing better.
I was told for mental health, you need to be in touch with your feelings. And my feelings are telling me, you ain't shit. That's my ass. I'm here crying by myself. It's going to take me some long-ass time for somebody else to do me because it's fucking hard to deal with. You just left me like, no, I wish you the worst. Go.
Do you unfriend them?
I'm going to unfriend you and follow you from somebody else's account. Just
Oh, wow.
I don't have time for stuff like that because I feel like I'm all about karma.
So I'm in your comments just talking shit. Oh, that's why your frontal fucked up anyway.
Not the frontal. Not the frontal.
Nah, but Shaq, I understand your approach, but like, I don't know. I'm different from you in terms of, I believe in karma. I don't have time to be giving you all this hateful, negative energy. Everything that you did bad to me, I hope God will repay it back to you. I'm going to blow my life, and you're going to see this glow up from afar. You're going to be real hurt that you left me and did some bad shit to me. That's that. You need all the negativity. Huh?
Don't you want to be able to see the payback that God is gonna?
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna unblock you. I'm not gonna nothing. Unless it was I extremely hate you. I don't want to see you in my face, nothing, or my timeline. But normally I will keep you there because you're gonna see me look better than when I was with you, and I'm gonna do better in all aspects of my life. Because
oh my God,
that is so toxic. I'm sorry, guys. That is so toxic. The fact that you are. Because you're basically saying, I want you to see me doing better, or I want you to see me and think that I'm doing better, and that is going to cause me to heal, or that's going to contribute to my heal. That's not it, because you are
not seeing
on that person's opinion, and that is not you.
Right, because however you're feeling is still based on like the person's opinion of you, you know?
Yeah, that's not good.
Right.
No, my thing is not that, I just want them to see me glow up. I don't really care how they feel about me at this point, because once we're not together, you really doo-doo, but I'm not going to say it out loud. I'm going to let God do what he got to do to you. That's it. God is going to do it.
You better join me, I'm telling you.
So
you want them to see you glow up, you still petty like me. Just join me and talk shit to them.
Khadija, go ahead.
That's not good at all.
Well, I mean, after saying, check, that's toxic. Is a little bit toxic too, but I just feel like the way I am, like if I'm really hurt or if I'm really, really hurt from the person, I'm gonna remove them. I've only done it once, but like I've removed the person because I'm just like, you don't even get to see me when I'm doing good too. Like, oh no, like I'm just like, you are done. Like just, guys, like you're out of it. And I honestly never understood. I never understood that concept because I was blocked before too, and I felt like it ended cordially, and then like the person like everywhere, and I was just like, damn, even on Facebook. But I understood what.
Bro, even on email.
What was that? That was back to me, but yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like I think some people, and I'm thinking of like what some like my friends have done, because I've seen like different types of healing, right? Some of them, they feel like blocking, it's not so much je te bloque parce que je te déteste or because we end badly. It's more so I don't want to see any aspect of that, and I'm working on detaching myself from you.
Exactly.
That constant reminder of what we once had, or like someone that I used to love or something like. So they block you from that end, right? But there's also other people who block just to be petty, and they're like, I don't want you to, whatever it may be, to have access to me or anything like that. But I just still feel like, Sheikh, Mama, and Jean-Maud, c'est vraiment like toxic in another level.
No, I don't think it's toxic. I just feel like I said, it's a way, because at the end of the day, you as an individual, you want your life to be great, So if we had a thing and then now we're not together anymore, I want to be able to see or make you see that I'm actually.
But why do you want to make somebody else see? This is your life now. You don't share anything with her now.
Problem with our generation.
Not everybody, but that specific person.
And embrace the dark side. That's the problem. Y'all not trying to embrace the
You
dark
gotta
side.
understand that you fucked up, or that even if I fucked up, I became better. You understand?
But why does it have that
Wait,
she
Why does
fucked
it
up
matter?
with you? Maybe it's
Because
just
we're
like
social.
you had to go through that so that you can become better and she can become better. Peut-être que la séparation, c'était pas quelque chose de mauvais, mais pourquoi toujours vouloir dire à l'autre, voilà ce que t'as raté? Non, elle aussi, elle a gagné de son côté.
It's not like I'm gonna put it in your face, but hey, it's there. Just look at me.
Jambo, c'est sûr que tu es là à 3h du matin sur ton phone. Let me go see who you right now.
nah.
I'm not gonna try to make you see
Not
anything.
that.
I just realized what
really
Jumbo is saying. I don't have time for that. I don't have time to be looking to see what they're doing. I don't really care. Like Jumbo, that's bad. That means Jumbo. That means you didn't separate from the situation. If you're still looking at something, you gotta let them do that.
It's not about
I know mine is
We're just
toxic
human
in
beings.
terms of you seeing my glow up, but I don't want to see any part of you. I don't care about that. Like that's dead weight at this point.
That,
I think for me, it really
that's a denial.
Listen,
I feel like that's a denial.
that's denial. That's what I'm trying to say.
Because as a human
Personally,
being, there's no way that you're gonna be into something and just literally, even if you try, you're gonna forget. But it's gonna be a gradual thing. And when after you guys broke up, whatever, you don't block that person. Just let that person be. But once you get in a new relationship, that person is in the background. Like you don't even care about that person. It's just gonna be gradual. It's gonna fade away. And that's it. But within that little time frame where you're trying to figure your shit up, like healing, whatever they call it, healing and all of that, you gotta let that person see that, hey, I'm becoming a better person. Because at the end of the day, as a human being, you always want to leave a good image of yourself. Whether it's at work, whether it's you walking to the park, like going playing soccer, playing video game, you always want to do good. And you gotta let people know that, hey, I'm doing something good and all of that. Like that's human nature. I feel like.
Come on, you're too wise. You're too wise and grown up for me. Listen, I don't go all the way there. But nah, I'm not gonna lie. My maturity is not at that level. I'm just a human being. Listen, with me, we broke up. I'm sure I'm hurt somewhere, and I'm not gonna let it catch up to me when I'm supposed to be forgetting about it. So here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna be petty towards you for the next few months until I'm good. At this point, I'm not caring about you. I'm only care about me because there's no one else to care about me. Your ass just left my ass. What the fuck? I have to fix myself.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, some petty betties.
yeah, me fixing myself is me making sure that I disturb your peace every now and then. Just give me a few months. It's just temporary. I ain't gonna do it for a long time. Just
Oh, wow.
just give me like
No,
2
I think Shaq. No, that's not healthy though.
Hold on. Let Shaq finish his point, and then I'll come to you, Mama.
It's not, the process is not healthy, but the result is healthy. Result is me forgetting about you. Proof is I forgot about all of them. But
So
I
that's your therapy.
took like 2-3 months, and I was just talking shit in their pages like, oh, get the fuck out of here, you lying. You don't know this place yet. I'll fucking show you that place. What the fuck you talking about? And people be like, hey, what you doing in her comments? That's creepy. I'm like, leave me alone. You don't know her. And just leave. And then
So pettiness is your therapy, pretty much.
2-3 months, you're done. You forgot about it. Now you're like, yeah, I see why she left my ass. I'm too much. You fix yourself, correct your life, you move on. And now that's when they're like, oh, I see you change. Now you heard my advices. Now I'll fix you for the next bitch. Bitch, get the fuck out of my way. You fix me for what? I'm just by myself. Talking about you fix me for the next girl.
Merci beaucoup. Mama, what were you saying?
No, I was just trying to tell him that it's not healthy, but he already knows that. I just feel like at this point, you just need to find a new method of releasing your emotion. Because I'm glad you acknowledge that you have emotions and you need to do something with it, but that's really not productive and good for you in the future. Like you said, you're not that mature yet, which I bet you are mature, but it's really not good. I'm telling you, when you spend that much extra time, when you could be really building yourself, that's not good. Like, take that energy. You got a business. I'm not saying that you're in that kind of state right now, but you put it into other things. I'm telling you, because God got you more than you got yourself. So if that person did something bad to you, God will repay them in the future. You're going to be probably doing way better than them. That's it. And plus, we don't need to do stuff for people to see it. You got to know in your heart that you're doing good for yourself. Because when you put more things into yourself and care about what you're doing, it's all going to come. Ain't no reason to be acting like you're a good person for somebody that left you. That's a dub. That sounds dumb.
Well, it's been
That's
working
on
for
some
him.
period shit.
To me, on the
Honestly,
sex
I feel
side,
like,
it seems like it's been working for him. So keep doing what you do, Shaq.
That's my process.
What?
It seems to be working for him. You know, he's gotten over all of his exes. Look at him now, flourishing. So,
Get up.
Heat just now.
what'd you say?
I heard the way he was speaking with so much heat just now.
Yeah, he just thought about all of them. All of them.
You know what? Maybe he's lying. He's not over them after all, because that was a lot of passion when he was speaking about it. So,
Yeah. But how though? I feel like it's definitely over. Like, you know, that's it takes a couple of months to forget
Yeah.
about something.
I know for me, after I break up with somebody, if I truly loved you and I was really in love with you, once we break up, I don't want to see you on social media. I'm not gonna block you. I'll probably, now that we're allowed to mute people, I'll mute you. But let's say if it was back then, I would definitely unfollow you. I don't want to see you on my social media. I feel like the best way to get over someone is out of sight, out of mind. I don't want to see you in real life. I don't want to see you on social media. I don't want to see if you moved on with somebody. And so I felt like I've completely healed, where it's okay for me to see you and my heart won't flutter and I won't feel anything. But more so, I'm doing it for me now. If you feel like you still want to see my photos and like my pictures, whatever, that's you. But as far as me, you're blocked by phone, you're blocked on Snapchat, you're blocked on Instagram, you're blocked on Twitter, you're blocked on email. I won't block you on Cash App or anything like that.
Okay.
No, I need to move on in order so that my husband, you are blocking my husband's view of me. So I just need to move on. So I don't need to see you on my social media or anywhere.
Okay. Okay, that's good. And yeah, I feel like you said it all. Definitely don't block him on Cash App. That apology money may be coming through. But I feel like, because Jomo and Mama and Shek, you were saying, you know, I want them to see me better and all that. But what if you're not doing that good? Or what if they're doing, you're going to feel way too. You're going to be like, oh, shit. Like, wow.
That's when you just in her page talking shit. Because you're like, God damn, this shit doing better. Oh, Jesus Christ.
You are so
doing better, you're doing bad.
Like,
yeah.
Oh, this is not fair.
Oh my God. Petty LaBelle.
I think it's really like how you look at it. Because me personally, knowing myself, and like I said, I don't know everybody, but for me personally, it's a way for me to just use that as it's like a stair. You know, you use it as a next stepping tool to just become better. Like a better
Stairs can go up or down, Jumbo. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Oh no, I know. I understand. Like, you know, things.
Those are mountains.
But you use that as a stepping tool to try to become better. Like, you know, and trust me, if I take a defeat, it's gonna be in silence. Like, you know, even something like victories, you catch victories.
Man.
Sometimes in silence. Like, you know, you don't have to like, you know, put that in people's face. Like, hey, you know, I'm winning this or whatever. But for sure, things are gonna change and for the better. Like, yeah, she can count on me. I don't know, but
Wow.
About to do better and glow
that
up.
doesn't mean I'm not over it, you know, because I feel like that's the perception, you know, because you want your ex or whatever to see, oh, you know, he's actually doing good or better. That doesn't mean you're not over her. Like, you know, I'm over you. It's just that you just gotta take have a snippet of what my new lifestyle is, you know. Or something like that.
I'm sorry.
Your new lifestyle, wow.
I mean, not lifestyle, but yeah, it's just pretty much. I don't know. Maybe it's the Mosi in me. I don't know. And my last name says Kabore. Like, we don't back down, so it's like, yeah, I don't know. I'll probably leave by it.
Okay.
Yeah, she just got to see it.
Wow. Okay. Super interesting conversation. Unfortunately, we are out of time. Does anyone have any last words or any final comments? Un dernier mot? Anyone?
Check, find a better healing process.
Yeah, she's probably trying to have you go talk to a therapist instead of being self, you know.
Real.
My therapist fired my ass.
Damn.
This is great, y'all.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining. Merci à tous nos invités, and we will catch you guys next week in another.
Do it more than that.
Pardon?
I say I hope we do it more often.
Yeah.
This is nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, also before we go, I have to remind you guys my favorite part: the discount codes. Okay, so
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna use it for my beer and shit.
15, utilisez le code BAILI15 pour une remise de 15% sur tous les produits. Renaissance Beauty, by Modama, and Barber Hair Care.
Bro, welcome home. Come grow your
I
beard.
got you, bro.
Yep, you can get 15% off Renaissance Beauty, by Modama products, and Barber Hair Care on all their products. All right.
Yep.
I think I did that well, right, Check?
Perfect.
Great.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Have a nice
Bye,
day.
guys.
Mhm.